Good morning and warm welcome to all the dignitaries present here on this memorable occasion of 79th Independence Day celebrations taking place in the precincts of High Court of Andhra Pradesh. I am bestowed with this enthroning opportunity to extend warm and cordial welcome to my Lord Honorable Justice Dheeraj Singh Thakur, Chief Justice of High Court of Andhra Pradesh, Honorable Judges and respected family members of the Honorable Chief Justice and the Honorable Judges. It is my immense pleasure and honor to welcome former Honorable Judges of High Court of Andhra Pradesh. I gratefully welcome the Additional Solicitor General, Advocate General, Additional Advocate General, Chairman and members of AP Bar Council, President AP High Court Advocates Association, Public Prosecutor, Senior Advocates and members of Legal Fraternity. I heartily welcome the Registrars of High Court of Andhra Pradesh, Member Secretary, State Legal Services Authority, Secretary, High Court Legal Services Committee, Director and Officers of AP Judicial Academy, Law Secretary, AP Judicial Officers, Staff Members of High Court, Print and Electronic Media, Security Wing of the High Court, ladies and gentlemen. With the permission of my Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice, the function will be commenced with Vande Mataram by the students of Vetasara Venkateshwara Government College of Music and Dance, Vijayawada. Independence Day is being celebrated every year as a reminder of the sacrifices made by numerous freedom fighters who fought for India's independence. Their contributions and the history of the independence movement are honored and remembered. This day is also a moment to reflect on India's journey as a sovereign nation. As a part of commemoration of this day, let us ensure the celebrations. Now I request my Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice, Sri Dheeraj Singh Thakur to hoist the national flag, followed by national anthem and police band.
Honorable the Chief Justice of High Court of Andhra Pradesh, Dheeraj Singh Thakur ji, Mrs. Thakur ji, esteemed High Court of Andhra Pradesh and their family members, former judges of High Court of Andhra Pradesh, learned Additional Solicitor General, learned Advocate General, Chairman Bar Council of Andhra Pradesh, Additional Advocate, Deputy Solicitor, Public Prosecutor, High Court of Andhra Independence Day. 78 years ago, at the stroke of midnight, India awakened not to mere survival but to self-rule. That was not a quiet dawn. It was the roar of a nation reclaiming its soul. As the tricolor was raised that morning, the air was charged with the dreams of millions, the sacrifices of thousands, and the collective resolve to build a republic founded on justice, liberty, and equality. Our courtrooms, once instruments of colonial control, became forums for resistance and revival. While the British may have introduced the legal framework in India, it was Indian lawyers who mastered it, redefined it, and finally used it to dismantle the very system that had oppressed them. Let us recall the legendary names that embodied this transformation. Mahatma Gandhi, trained in law in London, who transformed truth and non-violence into tools of revolution that brought the mightiest empire to its knees. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, a jurist, visionary, and social reformer, the principal architect of our constitution, who ensured that freedom was not just political, but deeply rooted in justice and equality for all. From our own land of Andhra Pradesh emerged equally courageous and committed legal luminaries. Tanguturi Prakasham Pantulu, known as the Lion of Andhra, was practicing law in Rajahmundry, before he entered the national movement. In 1921, when British soldiers threatened to fire upon unarmed Protestants in Madras, he bared his chest and said, "Shoot me first." That was courtroom courage carried into the streets. Dr. B. Pattabi Sitaramaya, a physician turned lawyer, stood firm during the Salt Satyagraha and Quit India movement, defending freedom fighters even when ridiculed by colonial judges. He proved that advocacy is not merely a profession, it is a public service. Let us be clear, advocates from Andhra have not been mere footnotes of Indian legal history. They have been authors of its most important chapters. Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer from Rajamandri to the Constituent Assembly played a crucial role in shaping the fundamental rights that make liberty a birthright, not a benevolent grant. Justice Koka Subbarao, who rose from the Madras bar to the office of the Chief Justice of India, boldly dissented in the Kharak Singh case, laying the intellectual foundation for the right to privacy long before it was recognized as law. These names are not just historical references, they are reminders that when the law is guided by moral courage, it becomes sharper than any weapon. It becomes the voice of a people. We must also remember that many lawyers during the freedom struggle chose to give up their practice entirely to join the national cause. For them, liberty was not a part-time brief. It was the one case worth fighting, and they fought not for a client, but for an entire civilization. Friends, today we enjoy the fruits of that struggle, but we must also confront the challenges of our own time. The independence of the bar is increasingly under strain. Across the country, advocates face threats, physical, mental, and economic, simply for doing their duty. Without security, an advocate cannot fearlessly defend the vulnerable. Without protection, the lawyers becomes defenseless and justice becomes fragile. It is imperative that we raise our collective voice to demand a comprehensive Advocates Protection Act, a law that provides physical safety for lawyers, professional autonomy, and the dignity that this noble profession deserves. Let us never forget, a nation that cannot protect its defenders cannot protect its democracy. Equally pressing is the issue of delay in the delivery of justice, largely due to shortage of judicial manpower. India has one of the lowest judge to population ratios in the world. This directly leads to delays, growing case backlog, and diminishing public confidence in our system. To uphold the promise of independence, we must demand timely appointment of judges at all levels, an expansion of sanctioned judicial posts, and investment in court infrastructure and digital technologies. The bench and bar are not adversaries. They are partners in justice, like two wheels of the same chariot. If one is weak, the system cannot move forward. I stand before you today representing the devoted fraternity of advocates at the Andhra Pradesh High Court. Individuals unwavering in their commitment to justice, yet burdened by logistical challenges that now threaten the very cause. Firstly, advocates routinely traverse 25 to 35 kilometers daily from Vijayawada, Guntur, Tadepalli and Mangalgiri to reach the High Court in Amaravati. Moreover, as traffic continues to worsen, these strenuous journeys significantly drain their time and energy, thereby compromising their effectiveness in service. In response to these compounding issues, the Advocates Association has formally requested that the government allocates residential plots within closely proximity of the High Court complex in Amaravati. Such an initiative would not only ease the burden of long commutes, but also enhance the professionalism and, most importantly, safeguard access to justice of all. I humbly urge this esteemed government to recognize the gravity of this need and act with compassion, clarity, and urgency. By doing so, we can truly invest in justice, not only for litigants, but for advocates who tirelessly serve the public good. Freedom is not a statute in stone. It is flame, passed from one generation to the next. It must be shielded from the winds of indifference and defended from the shadows of complicity. Let us renew our commitment not only to remember the sacrifices of Gandhi, Ambedkar, Prakasham Pantulu and others, but live out their legacy. And let me conclude by adding my own words, that the ink of an advocate when mixed with the courage of patriot, writes not petitions but revolutions. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, Chidambaram Garu, for your message on the occasion of Independence Day. May I now request Sri Dwarakanath Reddy Garu, Chairman, Bar Council of Andhra Pradesh, to present his message.
Honorable Chief Justice Dheeraj Singh Thakur ji, Mrs. Thakur ji, Honorable High Court Judges, now as far as legal officers are concerned, the Advocate General Srinivas Garu, the Additional Advocate General Pratap, the President of the Bar Association, Mr. Chidambaram, the Public Prosecutor, Lakshmi Narayan, and the Additional Solicitor General, Mr. Dhananjay, my dear advocates, Registrar General Parsad Garu, and many of our Honorable retired High Court judges were also here. My dear advocates, ladies and gentlemen, the staff of the High Court, and the children of Ghantasala Music College, and also the police personnel who gather here. It's a great honor to me on this historic occasion of 79th Independence Day of our country, celebrated before this Honorable High Court. It is a festival of independence. We are in joyful mood. The festivity is to show that our country is a superpower in the world. I convey to all of you my warm greetings on this occasion. Bharat is a nation of a 4,000 years old, with rich legacy, with rich heritage from Vedic period, and also with a great civilization. There was many onslaughts on this country. There was many invasions on this country. Some people came for trade. Some people came for religion. Some people came to occupy our land. But the British people came only for trade. And because of the disunity in our country, disunity in the country's rulers at the time, they became rulers and also they became emperors. It is this anarchical things of foreign invasions. There was a freedom struggle all over India. Lakhs and lakhs of people participated in the freedom struggle. And thousands of people in many of the states were galled. many of the freedom fighters who fought for the independence lost their families, lost their professions, lost their families, and whatnot. So, it is a day of remembering them. It is a day which we have to pay tributes to all of the freedom fighters. You are all well aware, apart from the names of many of the names which you are aware, from A to Z, many of the leaders who fought for the sake of the independence of this country. But there are thousands and thousands of unsung and unweighted heroes who fought for the sake of the nation's independence. It is the time to bow to all of them and to their families. So, due to this freedom struggle, we got independence on 15th August 1947. And many of the leaders who led this particular movement of independence was none other than the pleaders. The profession of P is removed from pleader. They are the leaders. The profession, the pleader has not only left the P in their pleader by throwing at two things. One is they lost their profession, P, they lost their profits as lawyers, and they became the leaders. Now, if you take the list of the Constituent Assembly and many of the assemblies all over India, it is 1/4 of the advocates who led this agitation of freedom struggle. But in our country, in spite of the fact that now we are in 79th Independence Day celebrations and 78 years is over, but still many of the people thought that our country has not progressed well. Don't be optimistic, be pessimistic. I will give you 3 examples of where we are in the world community. By the time of the independence, till 1975, the rice, wheat, milk products, and even very small things were importing from the foreign countries. I'll give you one example of it. My snapshot of remembrance goes back to 1975, exactly 50 years ago, when Babu Jagjeevan Ram was the Food and Agriculture Minister in the center. At that time, there was a scarcity of the rice and rice products. He permitted for the import of this particular rice from the foreign countries. And the rice laden with the ships came over to Madras port, and it is none other than Muthuvel Karunanidhi ji, who was the Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, personally gone to the port, received this particular ships of rice for the distribution in Tamil Nadu and Kerala. That is in the year 1975. Now, what is today's position? As far as southern India is concerned, we are exporting the rice to more than 25 countries. As far as North India is concerned, we are exporting the wheat products to many of the countries. As far as the Gujarat and Maharashtra is concerned, we are supplying milk products to many of the countries and whatnot. Our Kia motors from Andhra Pradesh and many of the motor products from Tamil Nadu and mobiles from Karnataka and Maharashtra and whatnot. This is the position where we are. Now, we are third largest economy in the world. I am sure that by 2030 we are going to be the fourth largest economy in the world. I'll give one more example of the prosperity of the nation. When there was a war cloud all over India in the May of this year, and within 4 days, we have shown to the entire world, either to the external forces or to the internal forces, what India is. It's not only a superpower, it is a power that controls the totality of the world. The day is not far. Certainly the country will make a progressive thing. Certainly. The son of Kashmir is here as the Chief Justice. He is the jewel of this Honorable High Court. And he and along with his honorable judges, the team of the judges, are they dispensing the justice all over the shores of Andhra Pradesh. And as a leader of the 50,000 advocate community, as the chairman of the Bar Council, I pay respects to all of you. And on this occasion, I wish you all the best. And this is an opportunity given to me by our Chief Justice and the other judges. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Dwarkanath Reddy Garu, for your valuable message. May I now request Sri Dammalpad Srinivas Garu, Advocate General High Court of Andhra Pradesh, to convey his message on this jubilant day.
My Lord Honorable Chief Justice Dheeraj Singh Thakur ji, Honorable Companion Judges and Honorable Retired Judges, the Chairman Bar Council and members of Bar Council, the Additional Solicitor General of India, the Additional Advocate General, the Public Prosecutor, President High Court Bar Association, Senior Counsel, Law Officers, members of Legal Fraternity, and esteemed colleagues. On this auspicious occasion of our 79th Independence Day, I extend my warmest greetings and heartfelt wishes to each one of you. It is indeed a moment of pride to gather here under the majestic folds of our Triranga, united in spirit and purpose to celebrate the freedom that defines our nation. Independence Day is not just a commemoration of the past, it is a living reminder of our duty towards the future. Our great republic, shaped by leaders of diverse origins, was built upon the pillars of liberty, justice, and equality. For 70 years, our Constitution has served as the supreme law of the land, a moral compass and a foundation of our governance that continues to safeguard our democracy against the tides of time. It is worth remembering that many of the towering figures of our freedom struggle were also members of the legal profession. Mahatma Gandhi, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, C. Rajagopalachari, and many more. They were not merely practitioners of law, they were defenders of justice, champions of rights and architects of a free India. Their legal training sharpened their reasoning, their advocacy gave voice to the voiceless, and their moral courage inspired a movement that changed the course of history. Their legacy should continue to guide every lawyer and judge in the country today to approach profession not just as a means of livelihood but as a sacred responsibility towards society. Over the decades, India has made remarkable progress. We have excelled in science and technology, industry, education, arts and sports. Our economic and social strides are matched by the resilience of our institutions, including our judiciary, which continues to uphold the values and traditions that form the soul of our nation. While we face challenges such as mounting pendency of cases, this too is a testament to the people's unshakable faith in the rule of the law. In this spirit, I urge my fellow members of the legal fraternity, judges, lawyers and scholars alike to work together towards building a judiciary that is efficient, accessible and above all just. Let us lead by example, upholding integrity, fairness and compassion in every decision we make. And to the young generation stepping into public service, your conscience will be your greatest guide. Nurture it with knowledge, empathy and courage. No celebration of Independence Day is complete without bowing our heads in gratitude to the countless freedom fighters led by Mahatma Gandhi, who through sacrifice and moral force won for us the gift of freedom. Their vision was of an India that is united in diversity, strong in character and forward-looking in spirit. As we honor their legacy today, let us pledge to keep alive the flame of unity, peace and progress. May India always stand as a beacon of democracy and hope, inspiring generations across the world. And may our diversity, our languages, cultures and traditions remain a source of strength and pride for every Indian. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Sri Srinivas Garu, Learned Advocate General, State of Andhra Pradesh, for his message on the occasion of Independence Day. With the permission of my Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice, may I now request Sri Challa Dhananjay Garu, Additional Solicitor General, to deliver his message on the occasion of Independence Day.
Milord Chief Justice, Sri Dheeraj Singh Thakur ji, Mrs. Thakur ji, Honorable Judges and their wives, former judges and their wives, judicial officers, and Learned Advocate General, Bar Council Chairman, President of the Bar Association of AP, the Additional Advocate General, Mr. Samsev Pratap, and the other esteemed colleagues of my fraternity, senior colleagues, and also the judicial officers of our fraternity, and distinguished guests, a warm and proud Independence Day to each one of you. As the tricolor ascends today, it does more than flutter in the wind. It carries the weight of our history, the spirit of our Constitution, and the promise of our future. It reminds us of the sacrifice made by countless freedom fighters and of the solemn responsibility we now bear as citizens of sovereign republic. India's constitution begins with the word, "We, the people of India," a phrase that places the citizen at the heart of our democracy. It is not just a legal document, it is a moral compass, social contract, and a vision for a just society. While we often speak of our rights, right to equality, freedom, education, and justice, we must also remember that the Constitution entrusts us with duties. These are not optional ideals, but essential obligations. Article 51A of the Constitution of India lists out fundamental duties: to respect the ideals of the Constitution, to uphold the unity and integrity of the India, to preserve our rich heritage, and to protect the environment. These are duties that define the character of a responsible citizen. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the chief architect of our Constitution, once said, I quote, "Constitutional morality is not a natural sentiment. It has to be cultivated." Today, let us pledge to cultivate that morality in our daily lives. As an officer of the court, I see the Constitution in action every day. But outside the courtroom, in our homes, schools, and streets, I see its true guardians, you, the people. The rule of law is not sustained by judges alone, but by citizens who respect it, uphold it, and demand it. This year, as we celebrate 78 years of independence, we also look forward to the centenary of our freedom, Viksit Bharat 2047. This ambition vision is not just about economic growth or technology advancement. It is about building a nation that is inclusive, equitable, and sustainable. A nation where development reaches every village, every child, and every dream. Viksit Bharat 2047 envisions a future where India is a global leader, not just in GDP, but in values. It calls for a citizenry that is informed, engaged, and ethical. Whether it is a digital literacy, climate responsibility, or civic participation, every citizen has a role to play. The government can build roads and schools, but only we can build a society. At this juncture, I am failing my duty if I don't hail the successful operation done by the soldiers during the Operation Sindoor, where which sent a strong message to the whole world, saying that the India is no inferior to any country in the world. So that we can face any problem comes to comes to them. The success of Operation Sindoor is not only a brave attack of the soldiers, but also it's a consolidated unity of our country. At this juncture, my deepest condolences to the bereaved families who lost their lives in the ghastly attack of the militants. Now let us ask ourselves, are we fulfilling our duties as citizens? Do we vote responsibly? Do we teach our children the values of tolerance and truth? Do we stand up against injustice even when it is inconvenient? Patriotism is not just about saluting the flag. It is about living by the ideals it represents. In the words of Justice H.R. Khanna, I quote, "The Constitution is not a mere liar's document. It is a vehicle of life, and its spirit is always the spirit of age. Today, the spirit of our age is transformation. We are witnessing a new India, digital, aspirational, and confident. But transformation must be rooted in constitutional values, otherwise it risks becoming hollow. As we move towards 2047, let us remember that the strength of a nation lies not just in its military or economy, but in the character of its people. Let us be citizens who are not just proud of India, but worthy of her. Let us teach our children that freedom is not inherited, it is earned, preserved, and passed. Let us remind ourselves that democracy is not a spectator sport. It demands participation, vigilance, and courage. One of the greatest freedom fighters, Subhash Chandra Bose, once said, "Justice is not given, freedom is not given, but taken." That's a spirit we must cultivate in the minds of every citizen of India. On this Independence Day, let us not just celebrate our past, but commit to shaping our future. Let us rise to the occasion, not just as beneficiaries of freedom, but as custodians of its legacy. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Sri Challa Dhananjay Garu, Learned Additional Solicitor General. Before the much awaited message of my Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice, let us listen the patriotic songs by the students of Government College of Music and Dance, Vijayawada.
वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू, हे वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू, मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ मैं याद रहे तू, मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ मैं याद रहे तू, हे वतन मेरे वतन, हे वतन मेरे वतन, तू ही मेरी मंजिल है पहचान तुझी से, तू ही मेरी मंजिल है पहचान तुझी से, पहुँचूं मैं जहाँ भी मेरी बुनियाद रहे तू, पहुँचूं मैं जहाँ भी मेरी बुनियाद रहे तू, हे वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू, मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ मैं याद रहे तू, हे वतन मेरे वतन, हे वतन मेरे वतन, तुझ पे कोई गम की आज आने नहीं दूँ, तुझ पे कोई गम की आज आने नहीं दूँ, कुर्बान मेरी जान तुझ पे शाद रहे तू, कुर्बान मेरी जान तुझ पे शाद रहे तू, हे वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू, मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ मैं याद रहे तू, हे वतन मेरे वतन, हे वतन मेरे वतन, लब पे आती है दुआ बन के तमन्ना मेरी, जिंदगी शम्मा की सूरत हो खुदाया मेरी, जिंदगी शम्मा की सूरत हो खुदाया मेरी, हे वतन मेरे वतन, हे वतन मेरे वतन, हे वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू, मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ मैं याद रहे तू, हे वतन मेरे वतन, हे वतन मेरे वतन, हे वतन मेरे वतन। సార్థక్యం మాతృదేశ నిర్మాణం తనువు మనసు ధనము శక్తి తల్లికే సమర్పణం తల్లికే సమర్పణం మా జీవన సార్థక్యం మాతృదేశ నిర్మాణం తనువు మనసు ధనము శక్తి తల్లికే సమర్పణం తల్లికే సమర్పణం మా జీవన సార్థక్యం మాతృదేశ నిర్మాణం దేశభక్త దేశరత్న దేశోధారక బిరుదులు ఆశించం లేసమైన అలసులమై నిదురించం దేశభక్త దేశరత్న దేశోధారక బిరుదులు ఆశించం లేసమైన అలసులమై నిదురించం మాతృదేశ ప్రాభవమే మనసారగా కోరుతాం కర్మమయము జీవనమై క్షణ క్షణం గడుపుదాం మా జీవన సార్థక్యం మాతృదేశ నిర్మాణం తనువు మనసు ధనము శక్తి తల్లికే సమర్పణం తల్లికే సమర్పణం మా జీవన సార్థక్యం మాతృదేశ నిర్మాణం జాతిని నీరసపరిచే దుర్నీతిని తొలగిస్తాం మతముల మాటున దాగిన దుర్మార్గం వెలివేస్తాం జాతిని నీరసపరిచే దుర్నీతిని తొలగిస్తాం మతముల మాటున దాగిన దుర్మార్గం వెలివేస్తాం పెడదారిన పడిపోయే బంధుల దారికి తెస్తాం మమత పంచి సమత పెంచి సమాజాన్ని సేవిస్తాం మా జీవన సార్థక్యం మాతృదేశ నిర్మాణం తనువు మనసు ధనము శక్తి తల్లికే సమర్పణం తల్లికే సమర్పణం మా జీవన సార్థక్యం మాతృదేశ నిర్మాణం విధర్మాల వేరు పురుగు విజాతీయ విషవలయం కుహనా మేధావుల సగు కూటనీతి గరళం విధర్మాల వేరు పురుగు విజాతీయ విషవలయం కుహనా మేధావుల సగు కూటనీతి గరళం అణగిపోవ వర్షిస్తాం అనురాగపు జల్లు దాహ శాంతి కందిస్తాం ధర్మ జ్ఞాన జలాలు మా జీవన సార్థక్యం మాతృదేశ నిర్మాణం తనువు మనసు ధనము శక్తి తల్లికే సమర్పణం తల్లికే సమర్పణం మా జీవన సార్థక్యం మాతృదేశ నిర్మాణం
May I now request my Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice, Sri Dheeraj Singh Thakur ji, to deliver his Lordship's message on this ecstatic occasion.
My esteemed sister and brother judges, former honorable judges of this court, Shri Challa Dhananjaya, Additional Solicitor General, Shri D. Srinivas, Advocate General, Shri K. Chidambaram, President, AP High Court Advocates Association, Shri N. Dwarkanatha Reddy, Chairman Bar Council of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Lakshmi Narayana, Public Prosecutor, Shri E. Siva Prasad Pratap, Additional Advocate General, law officers, learned senior advocates and members of the bar, members of the judicial fraternity, officers of the registry and staff members, members of the print and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen. I extend warm greetings to all of you on this Independence Day. On an occasion like this, we celebrate not only the independence of India, but also everything that it represents in essence, spirit, and glorious achievements. We take this moment to remind every Indian to honor the heroes of our freedom struggle who made sacrifices to win freedom for all of us. We also commemorate our soldiers in uniform who laid down their lives in the service of the nation and express gratitude to those who continue to secure our borders to keep us safe and protected. It should be our firm resolve today and forever not to forget the contribution of these brave hearts. The stories of our heroes must remain alive to inspire generations of Indians to lead a life of courage, commitment, and devotion in the service of the nation. Indeed, everything connected with the soil of our nation is sacred and should be the object of highest honor, pride, and regard in the hearts of all Indians. The Constitution of India is a clear reflection of our social, cultural, and political sentiments. there was something more meaningful that independence gave to us. It changed the very idea of government for us, a government for and by the people of India with enduring principles of liberty, equality, and non-discrimination. The new republic ignited hope, aspiration, and faith among the people of India. Multiple dimensions and interpretations of rights and freedoms unfolded as India's traditional society came in contact with modern democratic institutions. What is appreciable is that even as numerous amendments to the Constitution came into effect, the fundamental principles remained uncompromised and sacrosanct. Let us remember that independence was not the end of the road, but only a milestone in India's journey as a new nation. The goals of freedom from any kind of want, hunger, and deprivation that the Constitution promises remain a concern for both the people and the state. Indeed, bridging the gap between the Constitution envisioned and what it achieves should guide our motivation and action at every step. As a democracy, whatever be the impediments, it is significant that the average Indian citizen today feels empowered to assert his rights and has developed the conviction to evaluate the competence and sincerity of the leaders to represent their interests. Democratic procedures are in place for governments to change through popular mandate. Citizens exercise not only their right to vote, but also the freedom of speech, expression, and opinion. Let us not forget either that in a democracy, right to opinion and dissent is as much a duty as it is a right. Judiciary is one of the strongest pillars of Indian democracy. Complex issues of social conflict, competition, and interstate jurisdiction in multi-tiered federal governance have been adjudicated by a judicial system to preserve the spirit of constitutional democracy. Responsibility, restraint, and respect for fundamental values guide the functioning of Indian judiciary. It remains committed to deliver speedy justice to all its citizens, whose reliance on the system has increased in a big way as a result of increasing sphere of government activities and awareness of rights. India has come a long way from conquest and colonization to independence and beyond to bear a unique character and identity in terms of its state effectiveness, dominance, and ability to take risks, face obstacles, and stand up for what it considers right towards the achievement of its goals. Today, India stands tall and resilient, shaping its own path of development and progress. It has transformed in significant ways to emerge as a global power, to play a pivotal role in the affairs of the world. It goes to India's credit that its onward march today is driven and accomplished by its people, leaders, and visionaries in multiple fields. India's greatest asset is that it is an ancient civilization with a rich cultural heritage and a modern cosmopolitan outlook. The spirit of India vibrates across the world, be it music, arts, spirituality, sports, science, or space technology. Its glory is on the rise. However, maintaining peace, order, and social harmony in a society as large, diverse, and multifaceted as India is not the duty of the state alone. It is also a responsibility that every Indian shares. We have to remain vigilant to defeat forces inimical to the peace and security of the nation. It is a steady process of building trust, bridges, dialogue, and participation between the institutions of the state and the people. It means a process of not only inculcating democratic habits, but also nurturing deep sentiments, abiding faith, and pride in everything that the country as a whole represents. On this day, we reaffirm our commitment for a strong, united, and progressive India. That is the India of our dreams. Jai Hind.
We humbly thank the Honorable Chief Justice for his Lordship's valuable and enlightening Independence Day message. We extend our humble gratefulness to my Lord Honorable the Chief Justice for taking personal attention in guiding us in conducting this Independence Day function, upholding the glorious occasion. We thank the Honorable Chief Justice, all the Honorable Judges, Honorable former Judges, and family members of their Lordships for their gracious presence. We also thank the Additional Solicitor General, Advocate General, Chairman Bar Council, and President AP High Court Advocates Association, learned advocates, registrars, judicial officers, staff, police personnel, print and electronic media for having participated in the celebration and making the event a memorable one. We also thank the students of Government Music College for coming over to the High Court and taking part on this occasion. Now it's time for National Anthem by the students of Government Music College, Vijayawada.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गादा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद.
With the permission of my Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice may I declare that the Independence Day celebration is concluded. Now I request the Honorable Judges, family members and learned senior advocates to have their refreshments arranged in the Judges' Lounge in the second floor of the main building and other dignitaries in the ground floor of the main building.